Welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. Daps.
I'm Katie.
And we're excited that you're here tonight as we geek out about a lot of stuff.
Many things.
Many things of cosmic proportions,
Yeah.
galactic proportions.
One may say.
One may say.
That's why I'm wearing my Space Mickey ears.
Space Mickey.
My friend crocheted them.
That is true.
So.
What should people do, Katie?
Go to geekscorner.live.
Did you forget?
Yeah.
Okay.
I almost said
Where are
dapsmagic.com.
we going?
That would have been incorrect. Yeah, go to geekscorner.live.
Mm-hmm.
Go in the chat.
Uh-huh.
And then say that Hopper did a great job making these
Hopper
ears.
did a great job making these ears.
Good job, Hopper.
That is true. We've got some fun things in store tonight. One of them is probably Geeks Corner Plus, and we are going to add to the Wishable collection.
I'll talk about the stress of buying them in Geeks Corner Plus.
Yes. So don't let us forget that will happen at the end of the show. We will see. We'll show what we've got, and we'll see what we're hoping to get. And at the end of the show, you'll see if we get what we hope for.
We have two more.
We already have these two. Well, this one's actually not a double.
We have these.
We have double piggies, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Because technically, Sam is different.
Technically.
It's like Mirror Universe Sam.
He doesn't have a goatee, though.
Because his eyebrows make up for it.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. But before we get into all of the Weekend Geek, make sure if you have any trips coming up anytime soon, please use our friends at Mouseways Travel. They'll take care of all the details so you can just enjoy the magic. And you can do that by going to mouseways.com/dapsmagic or just click on travel on any Daps Magic page, and that will work as well. But
links.
Yes. We love them, and so will you. Let's hop right into it. We start this week with news that
Hopper.
That in the United States, the cruise line and Aulani character meet and greets are coming back.
Oh, for a second, I thought you meant
traditional ones.
I thought you meant just in the United States. Disney Cruise Line and Aulani. I was like, wait, what? And then I understood that you meant domestic parks.
Yes.
Disney Cruise. Yes. I was confused for a second. I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, they're coming back in
just like 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks from yesterday.
2 weeks from yesterday.
What do you think about the return of traditional character meet and greets?
I think that it is a step towards normalcy in theme parks that we have missed. I honestly don't know that I will be first in line to be hugging any characters.
I'll film it.
You'll film it if I do?
Well, no, I was just going to film character meet and greets in general.
Oh, that's fair. But I don't know that I will be first in line to like hug a character again, because I don't really know if that's in my comfort zone right now.
Okay.
But I am happy to see it because I know there's been a lot of families and everything really missing it. So
do you think it's a good timing?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I think it might as well be now. Like, yeah. I honestly, I'm like, it's going to come sometime. I don't know that I don't know what makes better or worse.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Like, okay, well, might as well be now.
I was like, I don't really know I don't know what event would trigger like a grand acceptance of like, oh yeah, this is the perfect time. I feel like
it's kind of the end of spring break. So hopefully there's kind of a lull from the over intense, I don't know. Hopefully it won't be as peak. Like there's kind of not any no peak anymore.
Because that is the day after Easter.
Yeah.
So.
And then if you don't do it then do you wait till like when it's picking up again for summer, or do you wait till after summer? Or well, in that case, we might as well wait till winter.
Yeah,
in which case
I think
it might
this
be after winter. So then we're back to January next year.
Good timing before Memorial Day weekend, which is kind of like where summer starts.
Kicks off. Yeah.
Like the peak season. So who knows?
Speaking of summer, they announced today that Disney's Animal Kingdom will be getting some changes in entertainment for the summer, including some additions. One of them is we're going to see the new Finding Nemo shows coming out in the coming months, which could be anything. And I'm intrigued about that. I don't know if we'll talk that much about it, but that's coming. The Festival of Lion King is seeing the birds and the monkeys come back. So that's I think those are actually some of the most fun parts of that show. So I'm looking forward to that.
I love the Tumble Monkeys.
We're going to still have the flotillas, the character flotillas happening throughout the
like
day.
The flotillas.
Mickey and Minnie will be again meeting guests. So you'll be able to get those character photos and experiences. I'm curious if it'll just be Mickey and Minnie or if it'll be like how far that goes. I think that will be interesting to see. But most importantly that we are going to talk about is Disney KiteTails will be modified. It'll be modified so you can see it from anywhere around the lagoon. Not bad. It's probably good, I think. It's also going to be shortened, and it's going to be shown more times throughout the day. What do you think of this, Katie?
There's a few things about this that make me nervous. One, I feel like you could already see it from all areas of the lagoon, but maybe I'm wrong on that. Two, I don't know what this means for...
To me, it means they're getting rid of the puppets.
I was going to say, I don't know what that means for the puppeteers. And I loved the puppeteers so much.
They really did add the personal touch to it.
Yeah, I don't love to see that KiteTails is getting shortened, but I do like to see that they aren't shortening it and not adding shows. Like,
they are adding.
No, I said that I like to see that they are not shortening it and not adding shows.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be more frequent.
It's going to be more frequent, which means you get more KiteTails goodness throughout the day. I'm just super torn. And, you know...
You don't mess with a masterpiece.
I was a KiteTails doubter to begin with. So maybe these changes are going to be really awesome.
Maybe.
But if they get rid of the puppets, I'm going to be very sad.
I think it's going to keep the main... Like, it's going to keep the feel of KiteTails. So I think people will like it. But
I think they're going to think they're going to keep the crashing.
It will be interesting. Well, they might change where it's at, though.
Yeah.
Like, I'm wondering if they're going to start crashing them into the water or something, just because if they're trying to make it so you can see anywhere from around the lagoon, that means they need to take up more of that seating area. That'll be interesting to see. I'm curious to, like, do they just shorten the shows so basically all the kites go up and then you're done? I don't know. And I think it is almost dangerous waters to be navigating if you're Disney, because it does have, like, people love it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was I think that and the Spaceship Earth Beacon of Magic are the two unexpected hits of the 50th anniversary celebration, and you don't really want to mess with it unless you know you're making it better.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe they are. Like, that's very possible. I mean, they went from Beacon of Magic, really cool 50th moment, to Rainbow Connection, which was awesome. So I think there's definitely some possibilities there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm slightly nervous.
Yeah, I really enjoyed watching Disney KiteTails.
And it didn't feel long.
It's also just nice to sit there on a nice day. You got a refreshment in your hand and you just enjoy KiteTails. Dang it.
I wouldn't mind if they just cut the pre-show, though.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, that's fair.
The pre-show could be cut, and that would be very nice. And thank you, Orange Grove 55, referencing. We just hit 18 years at DAPs Magic as we jump around a couple days ago. I almost missed it. Thankfully, Caitlin was on the ball and was like, hey, do you know today's 18? I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. I'm not the best at milestones, but, you know, that is okay.
Which is so funny, and I brought this up to you, and I probably brought this up every year because I'm annoying about it. But 18 years ago, I was 7. And here I am.
Surprise.
Surprise.
And 18 years ago, Disney KiteTails had never even been imagined.
Disney KiteTails was not even a thought in Walt Disney's eye.
Well, maybe it was, for all we know. But no, I really want to see what they do with that, and I hope it's good, and I just hope that it's something that whenever we go next, we're like still ecstatic to go see it, because shows like that are very special.
I'm watching KiteTails no matter what, because I want to show the Walt Disney Company that I love KiteTails.
Okay.
And that's not on that. Same way that I am buying these Muppet Wishables.
Which everybody should do, because we need more Muppet merchandise in the parks.
But I was like, I am so willing to keep buying these
like
blind
more
bags
Muppet t-shirts
until we get
Muppet
what we want.
Ties.
Because I want to show the Walt Disney Company that we love Muppet merchandise. And maybe that's me being an insane person.
Because every dollar you spend is a vote for the world or the Disney World that you want to have in the future. They're paying attention.
Yes.
Speaking of Walt Disney World and the future, we now know that on May 27th, it's a huge shocker. Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind.
Memorial Day weekend?
Huh. I feel like I've heard that before.
I feel like...
nah, it's a coincidence. Yeah.
Just a popular weekend.
So we now know that is the weekend that Cosmic Rewind will be opening. More interestingly enough, we got a trailer that kind of gives a backstory of what is happening for Cosmic Rewind. Yeah. What did you think?
Okay, so there's the first trailer that is the Walt Disney World commercial that they kind of break into.
Yeah.
But I'm more talking about the second one,
which
that
actually
is
tells us something.
Novacore.
Yes.
In what looks like the festival center for EPCOT that didn't get built. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I kept going back. I'm like, is it the festival center or is that supposed to be? Well, and then I'm like, maybe that's the Universe of Energy building somehow.
Maybe.
I don't know.
It kind of looks like the view from the GM Lounge above Test Track. Kind of looks like the festival center that was supposed to have been built.
Kind of.
Who actually knows where it's supposed to be?
Yeah.
The thing I love about it is that there is original EPCOT Easter eggs in it. Mm-hmm. And that's really, really fun. And I think it sets up exactly what we're getting ourselves into, is the Guardians have to save Novacore,
save the galaxy again,
save EPCOT
before it rewinds itself out of existence.
Yeah, but I really liked all of the Easter eggs. If you haven't watched the trailer, go back. As things are rewinding, you can kind of see 1981 EPCOT. It's a lot of fun. Do it.
Yeah, I liked it. I have been like, it'll be okay. Like, and this actually was that moment where I'm like, oh, I kind of want to do that. Like,
my favorite part is the dinosaurs from Universe of Energy. But here's my question. I know Guardians is very well known for music, but are we going to get a really cool theme song like the Universe of Energy did? Or
a Guardians version of the Universe of Energy?
Or is that going to be an Easter egg in the attraction somewhere?
I would love if they used that, but made it sound more like Guardians Rock. And that was the theme song to the attraction. Like, that totally fits with everything.
Here we go. It's the universe.
A little bit more rocky, but
energy. No, I want it in. Anyway, I'm wondering, because you know how Disney does the thing where very frequently in attractions they pay homage to whatever was there before. In Winnie the Pooh, it is the heads from Country Bear. But there's going to be something. I just want to know how they're going to do it. And I feel like the music is a very easy way to do that in such a music-centric franchise.
Or in the queue or something, too. Jeff's asking if there's going to be pencils so you can rewind the cassette. I think there should be in the gift shop that I'm sure will be at the exit. And
nobody knows how to work cassettes, though.
I do. So there we go. There's two people who know how to work
Two whole people.
That counts. It only takes one.
I don't think anyone younger than me would know how to work a cassette, though.
I don't know. Like, I've been surprised where they pop up here and there. Like,
yeah, I feel like they've kind of gained a niche following in indie music.
I feel like they've kind of got a resurgence because I go to a few concerts here and there before the pandemic. Same thing. But they would occasionally, like, random bands would be like, do you want our cassette? Like, they would sell cassettes. I didn't know you could still buy them.
Place to play a cassette.
I don't either.
My first car.
Have some, though.
My first car had a cassette player.
I think mine did too.
Fun fact. Well, I'm
trying to remember.
What was your first car?
Toyota Camry.
What year?
1988.
I
stick shift.
Drove a 2000 GMC Jimmy, and it was electric blue, and its name was Blue Citrus. What was your first car? I love knowing what people's first car was.
Okay, let us know in the comments what your first car was and if it had a name.
Did it have a name? Tell us.
Speaking of names, we now know that Epcot's new Starbucks is called the Connections Cafe and Eatery.
Yes.
Which is going to be interesting because it looks like the cafe and the eatery are going to be like
same building,
same room, maybe stretched out. But we've gotten some concept art, a couple pictures. We know what the menu's looking like. What do you think? We actually don't know what's on the Starbucks menu yet. But actually, this brings up a question, though. is the Starbucks or the cafe going to have the traditional pastries? Or do you have to go next door to the Eatery and get?
I'm sure you'll be able to buy the traditional
I hope
pastries.
so.
I hope so.
'Cause I like my chocolate beignet in the morning with
Chocolate croissant.
chocolate croissant, whatever.
Chocolate
it's a
beignet is in France.
Yeah, it's the real thing. But
and that's a chocolate hazelnut beignet.
yeah, it's way better.
Kermit!
Mike just won.
Mike just won.
Yeah, you totally just won.
A green Mazda named Kermit. That's amazing. That. I'm guessing you'll still be able to buy Starbucks pastries, mainly because, and I could be wrong on this, who knows? I think it's part of the licensing agreement. Is that?
And it's simple.
Yeah. The thing I don't. Can I rant for a second?
Maybe.
Here's what I don't like. And I know that Starbucks has an approved color palette of what can be used in and around the brand, but I don't love that Connections Cafe's color has been designated as red, because a red wall with the Starbucks logo on it looks
Merry
like
Christmas. I love it.
Starbucks, like I said, Starbucks is very, very, very picky about or very particular about what colors can be used in association with the brand. So I think it was just red. That color of red is approved.
Did they have a picture of the logo? I bet it's white. The reason
we have a photo.
Oh, we did have a photo of that.
DAPs Magic. No, you didn't. We talked about this.
I don't remember. But
anyway, on Saturday, I believe, Friday or Saturday. Hold on, I just need to pull up the picture at this point. Pull up
the picture
because I need to talk
about
this.
a lot this week, and so I sometimes.
Well, I'm. Look behind the curtain. I'm the one that tweeted it. So.
Oh, it was a tweet.
It was a tweet.
There we go. Okay, that makes more sense.
But it was also a text message.
That's good.
This.
Oh, that one. Yes, I do remember that now.
So this is what you can't see it.
I think it's an orange though.
No, that's red.
It's reddish orange.
No, that's.
I don't think it's bad. It makes me want Christmas cups though.
It just looks like Christmas cups to me. It's because like the EPCOT 3.0, whatever you want to call this version of EPCOT, it's all kind of color blocking. So it's like this is red, this is blue.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
It just looks a little Christmassy to me. Do I still love it? Yes.
Christmas. It'll be fine.
I do love Christmas. And I'm still going to take a picture with Connections Cafe because I think it's beautiful. And I'm very excited.
I will say this.
The old Starbucks was prettier.
The old Starbucks was way cooler. I'm not going to say prettier. I think it was cooler.
I loved that Starbucks, and I loved watching the Fountain of Nations.
It was a beautiful building, and it had that retro, like it felt like it could have come out of the 80s. I actually think it would fit with a lot of the stuff they're doing today. I loved that Starbucks. That was my favorite resort-wide, I think. Murray likes the one at Disney's Hollywood Studios. I liked this one.
No, I think that in all of the Disney parks, the original EPCOT Starbucks was my favorite.
Yep, it was pretty cool. All right. Let us know what you think of the Connections Cafe and Eatery. And if you have anything on the menu that is an absolute must try, we don't have enough time to talk about that. But there were some things that I was like, I'd try that. Like, I definitely want to try that.
Yeah, I'm just more lean towards eating in World Showcase.
Well, that too. But we will eat there. All right. Moving right along, back on over to Disneyland. We learned that there's going to be more Encanto coming into the parks. What I thought was a miss, though, is they did not acknowledge that Fat Cat Swinger sings a song from the show currently at its festival holidays. And I actually think it's one of the best representations of the movie.
At Disney Food and Wine Festival. Yeah. I talked about Christmas too much and I threw him off.
Oh, okay.
You said festival holidays.
Oh, yeah, you did. Well, and they played there too. But yes, at the Food and Wine Festival at Disney California Adventure. But now we know there's going to be a projection show / moment that will be on the It's a Small World facade multiple times a night starting on April 11th.
Which is a week from yesterday.
With what song, Katie?
We don't talk about Bruno.
We won't, but we will sing about him.
Do you guys want to know a funny moment? Do you guys want another look behind the curtain that I think is really funny? What day was it that we were in the car? Was it Friday that we were in the car?
I don't know.
And I was flipping through Sirius XM, which I don't do very often. I have a lot of playlists on my Spotify. Follow me on Spotify. But on the TikTok radio, which is a channel on Sirius XM, if you could believe it, We Don't Talk About Bruno started playing, and I went, I can't do this. And
So you can't do the projection show, is what you're saying?
No, I think that if I'm in an environment that I'm like, oh, I'm excited about Encanto, I can totally like prepare myself to hear that. But I think that when I'm out in my like regular life, I am not ready to hear Encanto.
And I will flat out say I've heard the song once when I watched the movie, and I have not gone back and listened to it again. It's not anything against it. It's just the best song we get to hear Fat Cat Swinger do, and in some ways I think it's a better version of the song.
It's very pretty.
It's very pretty, and Marco sings it beautifully.
He does.
And by the way, go to Fat Cat Swingers Instagram today and vote on if you'd like to see season 3 of the Fat Cat Swinger show, because we are deciding about that. Apparently, we put a poll up today. You don't want to miss it. Go vote yes. We'll have some fun. We might even do a live show from the Food and Wine Festival soon. But yeah, so not that there's anything wrong with it. I just was like, okay, that's enough. Like, one time was enough for me. And it's not a soundtrack that I have gravitated to like some other ones. And
not like Soul.
Soul, yeah, I listened to half of Soul, the jazz part. The other part makes me uncomfortable.
Did win a
Grammy. I liked that soundtrack. I liked parts of Luca. Like, it has a good score.
I couldn't even tell you Luca's score.
It's kind of Italian mandolin stuff. And I know one of the mandolin players on it.
Mandolin.
Yes, makes it even better. I'm trying to think. Like, I really liked Princess and the Frog. I'm going back like the last 15 years or so. Princess and the Frog had a really good soundtrack.
Okay.
Both of the Frozens were okay. They weren't ones that I were going for.
I mean, like, I'm gonna go super.
Let us know your favorite song soundtrack. Disney song soundtrack.
I'm gonna go super stereotypical and something that's not gonna surprise you. This is the last 15 years. I just did the math. 13 years. Whoa. Up is one of my favorite soundtracks. I think it's some of Michael Giacchino's best work.
Yeah, that's fair.
I also love Spirit of Adventure.
But let us know your favorite song soundtrack. So a musical, so more like Encanto, Princess and the Frog, Lion King, Beauty and the Beast of all time.
Of all time?
Yep. You have 5 seconds.
I have 5 seconds.
4.
I don't know.
3. What's the first one that came to mind? 2.
Little Mermaid.
1. There you go. That's your favorite.
I don't think that's how that works. But fun Katie fact, I used to demand that the VHS of The Little Mermaid got put on so that I could take a nap.
There's a very good chance there then.
Because I did love Little Mermaid.
I would probably go Beauty and the Beast, or yeah, I think Beauty and the Beast.
I don't know. I might like knowing myself, something's gonna hit me as I'm trying to fall asleep tonight. I'm gonna go.
Aladdin is very good,
Aladdin's
Mike.
so
Sleeping
good.
Beauty is classic, Roger.
It's really good.
Yep, excellent choices. Yeah, it's interesting though, because I do think there's also something about getting hit at the right age with the right music, and that can be a part of this as well. But you know, to each their own, and that is okay.
101 Dalmatians.
Oh, that one's classic.
There's some good answers.
Yep. That's a good one. Yeah. All right, let's move right along to more music news. And that is that this year we will again get to see and hear the Disneyland Resort All-American College Band. We are obviously very excited about that. We will be doing our best to get as much video of them as we possibly can. And what is the song you're most looking forward to hearing?
Bubbles as a Cheerleader is like the college fan song.
Okay.
I also love
Not a Dream is a Wish Your Heart Makes, because I feel like that's kind of their other iconic song.
Also, I don't know what it's called, but it's one of their walkout songs. So it's like the Hey
Baby.
Hey Baby. Yeah. Those are just fun. Anything that brings the college band energy fun.
Mm-hmm.
I also love the Attractions medley a whole lot.
Classic.
Yeah. I'm just really
What's a retired song that you would love to hear again?
Now I can't think of retired. Oh, you already know. It kind of isn't retired because they did play it the last season.
So what is it?
The impression that I get.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, I wouldn't call that retired, I don't think.
They didn't play it the couple years before that, but
Yeah,
they
I
did
think
play
that
it in
was just a
2019.
transition time. They're bringing it back. I mean, we'll give it. We'll count it.
I love the impression that I get. It's such a fun trombone song. Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
I think Clocky has a very good point that we might see a marching band version of We Don't Talk About
We're
Bruno.
probably gonna get an Encanto medley because in the past we've gotten like the Pixar Fest, we got the Pixar medley, we got the Moana medley, we got the I Love Moana moment.
I'd like to see them bring back either Michael Jackson medley, Dreamgirls medley. If they have a good sax, I mean, they always have a good saxophone player. Like, but I'd love to hear somebody wail on that one. And those are probably two of my favorites that are no longer around. That I think were just epic back in the day. Speaking of things that are epic, as we get closer to the end, today, Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga.
Such a late night talk show thing to do.
It is. I got to do. I've never done. I think I probably have,
but it's fine.
I need like the little holder that keeps it up. There we go. Anyway, it became available today, and we have played it. Not the entire game, mind you.
We played the whole game,
but
we ran it.
Started with A New Hope because that's where you should.
Obviously.
Yes, but we got to experience enough of it to have opinions. Is that a safe way to put it? And just to set things up first is before you get into the whole thing, they have this awesome trailer that basically sets up the poster. And if you weren't excited about the game before, like maybe you had to wait for 45 minutes for the PS4 to update and get rid of files and realize you hadn't charged the remotes and all of that fun stuff. So maybe what started out as a really fun idea ended up being a bit of a drag.
Not speaking on personal experience.
No, this is completely hypothetical. But if hypothetically you had to go through all that and then finally it loaded and then it wanted you to download another update, but you said no.
An update that was going to take 99 hours.
99 hours. Oh my gosh. But then you got to see this trailer that's like the lead into everything. And it ends with basically all of the characters arriving in the way that the poster showed.
And do you know who's front and center?
Go ahead.
Jar Jar Binks. I think I'm a little scared that this is going to be my new brand. It's like a Jar Jar Binks apologist, which I'm not. So
everybody should send Jar Jar Binks figures to the DAPs PO box for Caitie.
Or Babu Frick.
Anyway, awesome trailer.
Yes.
Then it goes into, do you want to play the game? Yeah, we want to play the game. Blah, blah, blah.
And it asks what movie you want to start with.
Yes. So we obviously chose A New Hope, and then it's basically the beginning of the movie, but with Legos. And music sounds great. It looks great. I wish it was on a nicer computer with a nicer surround sound, because I think that would have taken it to a whole new level, as opposed to our monitor that we use for Geeks Corner and just the monitor speakers, which aren't terrible.
Not the best though.
Yeah, they're fine. And then you actually get to see in Lego form all of the things that are happening leading up to the first scene in A New Hope. So you kind of get a little bit of backstory, and it's very humorous because, like, Captain Antilles gets a cup of coffee, which I thought was hilarious.
I liked that a lot.
Yes. It looked like it might have been Akbar coffee. I don't know. Didn't it kind of have a look like it was Akbar on the label?
Yeah.
And then everything gets going after whatever. But you get to be Princess Leia and Captain Antilles trying to get the plans
out of
the ship. And the ship feels way bigger than you feel like in the movies, which was fun. The controls were fairly, I think, intuitive.
It felt intuitive to me.
Yeah, and it wasn't to a point, like, usually when it comes to video games, like Tony Hawk, she kills me. I was keeping up very easily this time.
Playing Pro Skater 2 and I was like,
but
7.
I feel like the odds were pretty even this.
That does say a lot, though. You were making DAPs magic. I was playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 on PlayStation 2. That's what we were doing 18 years ago. No, but it is fairly intuitive, and also it's a great game that you could play with all ages and multiplayer.
Yeah, I like co-op mode games just because I think anybody that grew up when I grew up had the experience of like, all right, I'm going to sit here for however long while my friend plays it until they die, and it's taking them forever to die. So I'm waiting for my turn. And it's not the end of the world, but it's just not as fun as when you get to play together. And so my brother and I have played games like this together as long as I can remember. And it was fun to do this in this context too. And it was interesting this time around because I feel like most of the other Lego games, they have like, I don't know what to call it, but they don't actually speak. They just make noises that mimic what they would say. And so you can figure it out. But this time they actually have lines they're saying that are from the movies or slightly different. And I thought that was cool. And I'm very much looking forward to continuing on through all of the movies.
We're going to have a lot of fun.
And it'll take a long time.
Yeah.
We might do a play along at some point. What do they call it? Watch along? Yes, we are Geeks Corner Plus. We are, should I tell them what I've been working on? Tease it?
You can tease it.
There might be Geeks Corner Plus merchandise in the works.
So that we can, in addition to what your card is already being charged for this now.
You can also have the merch.
Yeah. So then you can show that you are a true fan of Geeks Corner Plus.
So what did you think? 2 thumbs up?
2 thumbs up.
Easily 2 thumbs up. I really enjoyed it and looking forward to continuing through the Skywalker Saga via Lego. All right, it is that time of night. It's the time we're going to wish that the wishables are Fozzie and Gonzo.
Okay, so I want to talk about trying to purchase the wishables before we open anything.
You just squished Gonzo.
Do you guys know how upsetting it is to try and hope that you're buying the right ones?
Was it a New Hope?
Because I don't know what I'm trying to feel for. Like, I don't. And I'm standing inside World of Disney panicking, like doing this because I don't want to get the same 2 that we've already gotten.
It's true.
I don't think you guys understand how.
So let us know in the comments
scared.
if you think they will be new ones or repeats or one of each. And if so, what?
So scared right now.
So scared. Should we do one at a time this time?
Yeah, let's do one at a time.
All right, ladies first.
No! I'm panicking.
Well, rip the Band-Aid off. I see blue. I'm just, what is it?
Are you kidding me?
All right, well, anybody want to, Miss Piggy, they want to try?
Anyone one of 3 piggies that we have?
All right, you ready? You ready?
Yeah. Sam. If it's Sam, I'm gonna... No!
That was probably really brutal on people's ears.
I'm so sorry.
Including mine. All right, so another Sam and another Miss Piggy. Maybe Fozzie and Gonzo don't exist. Who knows? We will find out.
The odds. Oh my God.
Yeah, that was dramatic. All right, Katie, we are running out of time. So what should people do?
Just go to DAPsMagic.com. Check out all the Disney and geek news and subscribe to our mailing list.
Yes, and go to our YouTube channel and subscribe there as well. We are working our way to 75,000 subscribers. So please feel free to share, like, subscribe, all of that stuff, and get your friends to too, because we'd love to keep moving that direction. Maybe Gonzo and Fozzie are at Walt Disney World. I don't know. But that is all the time we have for you this week, I guess. We will see you round the corner.